Hello. So this week, after reading the chapter dealing with socialism from 1988, you know, honestly, I don't think the chapter provides a compelling alternative view of socialism for American students. Instead, it reads more like a lesson in propaganda. Propaganda is designed to shape opinions without offering a balanced perspective. And this chapter does just that. It uses persuasive techniques and carefully chosen language to push the idea that socialism is a key to world peace and the working class is leading the charge. One thing that really stood out to me was how numbers and statistics were just thrown around without the sources, right? It felt like they just appeared out of nowhere, which made me question just how reliable the claims were. If a piece of writing is trying to convince me of something, I want to see where the facts are coming from. Otherwise, it's just someone else's opinion dressed up as truth. With that said, I did find the framing of the working class as a revolutionary force pretty interesting. The chapter paints a picture of workers uniting and building up a free society free from exploitation, which is a powerful idea. But at the same time, it's hard to ignore the contradiction. How can a movement focused on eliminating capitalism and consolidating power claim to be the one also pushing for world peace? It just doesn't add up, right? And then after reading the article, using the classroom recordings and educational history research, the East German lesson. One thing that jumped out to me from the classroom recording was how controlled the whole discussion was. The teacher wasn't actually encouraging debate. She was just leading the students toward a specific conclusion. She used things like unemployment rates in capitalist countries to push the idea that if you don't have a job, then you're going to end up in crime or on drugs. The way she framed New York as the global center of crime was another way of reinforcing the idea that capitalism is unstable and dangerous. That kind of lesson feels different from what you might find in a typical American civics class. Usually, the lesson is we try to encourage people to look at multiple perspectives, ask questions, and form your opinion. But that doesn't mean American education is free or completely free from political or cultural influence or bias. Every system has some level of political and cultural influence. Um, but in America, I still think that students get some opportunity to think critically. It makes me wonder if students are only exposed to one side of a political or economic system, how does it shape the way they see the world? All right, and I think we can kind of figure it out. Can you really understand something if you've never been given a chance to question it? I think would be even a better question.